Welcome to day 5 of Royal Caribbean Symphony of the Seas, which brought us to St. Maarten. We arrived in St. Maarten around 8 a.m., so after a quick breakfast, we decided to get off the ship, head to the port area, and do a little bit of shopping before the little one had to go down for her first nap of the day. Most of the first nap I spent hanging around the ship, exploring what it had to offer, before I headed back to the room, grabbed my book, relaxed a little, and did some reading. After that, we headed up to the Windjammer, grabbed a quick lunch before we headed off the ship and got to the beach. It was a beautiful day, probably 80 degrees, so we spent most of the entire afternoon enjoying the weather, enjoying the ocean before heading back to the ship. After the beach, we returned back to the ship, showered up, and headed down to the main dining room for dinner, where I had my favorite dessert for the week, carrot cake. After dinner, we enjoyed some of the entertainment on the ship. This night was the ice show, which was absolutely phenomenal. And after the show, we headed back